everyone. I hope you are having an awesome day today. I am back at you again with yet another DIY project. So this one is going to be a personalized cork board, and what you're going to need is a frame from a thrift store. I found this one from Value Village and it was $2.12, and if you can see that in the corner, it was $2.12, which was dirt cheap. And what I'm going to do is basically the reason why I got this frame is because it was nice and deep in the corners, and you're going to need a frame from a thrift store that has pretty deep corners in it, pretty deep sockets in it. And I also like the fact that it had some plexiglass in it instead of regular glass, because I'm going to be using that. So if you can find something like this at the thrift store, that would be very ideal. So what I'm going to do is open this up and just take the, go ahead and take this frame piece out here, because we're not going to need that. And so what you have now is just your blank frame. And what I have here is a plexiglass. Now I may use this, I may not use it, because it is a little scratched. So it may not really matter. So I'm going to try to clean this plexiglass up real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so I have cleaned this plexiglass up a little bit, and I guess I'll go ahead and use it. Now, whatever frame you get from the thrift store, or if you buy it in a craft store or what have you, you do not have to use the glass frame at all, because again, this is a cork board slash inspiration board. So what you want to do is basically just set this aside. Take the backing of the frame. You can use spray mount or some type of spray adhesive. Get yourself some decorative, I went to Hobby Lobby to get this, so you can get some decorative wrapping paper or craft paper or whatever you want to cover this backing. You could even also use fabric if you wanted to do that. And I have already cut a piece of this, and this is very pretty. This is a gold foil circles on a white background, very pretty. So I have cut a piece already. And I'm just going to go ahead and use my spray mount and spray the back of the frame. And then go ahead and attach my wrapping paper on here. I'm going to stand up because you kind of sort of have to make sure you line this up correctly. And then just smooth it out very gently so you don't get any pockets in here. So this is it. And this looks amazing. You don't have to use anything on top of this if you don't want to. You just put this right back into the frame. But for the purposes of what I'm trying to do, I guess I'll just go ahead and I'll just spray this little corner right here. May have to put a little bit on the corners. And I'm going to grab my frame, put the backing back in. Alright, so this is what we have so far. And it's looking pretty good. You could just use this all by itself, but we're going to take it another step further. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some Dollar Tree frames to this. And these are really cute. These are the Dollar Tree frames with the little binder clip attached to it. And I thought these were awesome. I bought 3 of these, and they should have them in your local dollar store right now. They should be selling them. And this is the packaging on it. So I'm just gonna open this up. And what you want to do with this is just pull off the piece where you can actually prop this on a table. Just take that backing off because you're not going to need it. So you can just rip it off, and it doesn't have to be neat or anything. And so we're going to take 3 of these frames and we're going to line them up onto our frame at the very top and just make sure that they are aligned properly. And I'm going to switch the camera around so maybe I can get on top of this project. I've switched orientation so you can get a better look at this. So we are going to kind of eyeball this thing and line these frames up at the very top, and then we're going to attach these frames with some E6000. So just basically take your E6000, go around the back of the frame, and then line it up. Just basically just kind of eyeball this thing and line it up so that everything is in alignment vertically and horizontally. So I'm going to do that right now. Alright guys, one thing I realized about attaching these frames to the plexiglass is that the E6000 will damage the plexiglass. So I was trying to adjust this and I got a little bit more glue on one side than I should have. And so I tried to wipe it off and it didn't come off as easily or as cleanly as it should because it's plexiglass, so maybe the type of material it's made out of is very similar to E6000. I will tell you though that if you bond these to a piece of plexiglass, it will stay. I mean, this sucker is not moving. It bonds very, very well to this acrylic, but you really need to make sure that you put it exactly where you're supposed to, because you won't have much room to move this around and get the glue outside of the immediate area, because you really won't be able to clean it up that well. And so that's what I've noticed. So just a thought. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next part of this tutorial, and that is to turn this frame. This is really nice, by the way. This is nice, again, little binder clips that you can put pictures and personal sayings on. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some cork tile to the bottom of this. And this is some cork tile that I got from a thrift store. I got it for $2, but you can get the cork roll from Michael's, I believe, Hobby Lobby, and you can probably order it online from Walmart as well. But I just happened to find the cork tiles in a thrift store, so I'm going to use that. So I took one of them, and these are pretty nice. They are 12 by 12, and I don't know what the depth is on this, but it has it's pretty thick to it, so you'll be able to use those push pins pretty good. So what I did was I took one tile and I broke it in half, and then I cut it down to size. And how you want to cut this is by using a box cutter. You can get one of these box cutters. I think they come 2 or 3 in a pack from the Dollar Tree. So once again, cut if you're using tiles and not the rolls, you can cut it in half. And then what you want to do is, in order to get it to fit into the frame, you want to use a box cutter on, you can probably use it on a cutting board in your house. That's what I did. And be careful when you are cutting the cork. You want to go very slowly because it has a tendency to break off on the ends and crumble. So you want to mark exactly how you're going to cut this with a pen. Use your box cutter on a chopping block and go very, very, very slowly. holding down the cork at the same time in each area as you are cutting it, so that it does not start to crumble towards the ends, because that's what it started happening to me. That's what started happening to me, and I had to use a different piece. So I have already pre-cut this, and I'm going to go ahead and push this in here on the bottom. We're going to attach the cork board to the bottom of the frame. Okay, so I have gone ahead and added some E6000 to the corners of this cork, and I don't need to use a lot because it seems like the E6000 bonds very, very well to this plexiglass, so I'm not going to use a whole lot. And this is cut down exactly the way it should be, so I'm going to push this in here like so. And this is really, really secure. There's a corner right here where a little bit of the cork kind of broke off. I'm going to use some white ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, some white satin ribbon. And we're just going to take the ribbon and kind of cover just at the top here so that it doesn't look so rough. So I'm going to go ahead and cover that up to just give it a nice finish. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is use my hot glue gun instead, because I just want it to dry a little bit faster. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot glue gun with my Gorilla Glue in it. Alright, so I have gone ahead and attached my white ribbon at the top and at the bottom, just to kind of, you know, really make this thing look a little bit better, a little cleaner around the corkboard section. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I have some gold pearls, garland, or just a, I think I got this from the Dollar Tree. And it's just some gold pearls, and so I think I'm going to take that and attach it right up here at the top, and I think that will look awesome. And it just kind of, I'm either going to attach it right underneath the corking just to kind of finish the corking off and not have any, like, you know, really raw edges showing. But I do have to be careful with this because, again, the E6000 and the hot glue gun, it doesn't clean up very well with plexiglass. So, but if you don't use the plexiglass, you end up just using a piece of fabric or just some craft paper, some durable craft paper, you shouldn't have any issues with cleanup. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm back, and this is the finished product, and I actually think it came out absolutely amazing. I think it came out fabulous, and this is perfect for like a young girl's room, for her to have an inspiration board and a cork board, picture board, cork board, whatever you want to call it. And it was very easy to make. It was super quick, and you can probably do this project in less than an hour. What I learned doing this is that don't use a frame that has plexiglass or acrylic instead of glass. If you do find a frame with the glass, of course remove the glass and remove the plexiglass as well, because even though the picture frame's bonded really well to the plexiglass, it doesn't clean up well. So if you get glue outside of the frame area, it's going to be very difficult to clean up. So that's what I encountered doing this project. So just mount it directly onto the craft paper or onto some fabric, and you'll just be saving yourself a lot of aggravation. And eyeball it as best you can and then mark where the frames are supposed to go, because I didn't do that. I was just too lazy. So, but just kind of mark exactly where the frames are supposed to go, and then when you put the glue, make sure that you put the glue as close into the frame as possible, not close to the edges, but closer inside of the frames, so that if the glue does expand, it's not going to expand outside of the frame and mess up your fabric or your craft paper. So that's a tip. So I would have done it a little bit differently, but in any event, this is it. And again, I think it came out absolutely amazing, and it took me under an hour to do this. And I'm thinking with all the supplies and everything, the 3 frames from the Dollar Tree, the cork board that I found for $2 at a thrift store, as well as the thrift store frame and the craft paper, it was probably under $15 to make this this really cute little board that you can again use for yourself, or you can use in a young woman's room, a young girl's room. So very, very cute. So I hope you like this project, and as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you are notified when I upload videos. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you in the next DIY video. All right, bye bye.